Hello, everyone. Welcome to Synergy 3's Wellness Wednesday. We are so happy that you can join us. Our topic today is how to lose fat without eating less food. And as you know, if you're familiar with any of our Synergy 3 programs, we are all about enjoying our meals. So my name is Daryl Moss, and together with my colleagues, Stacey Hendry and Lucy Diana, we are the Synergy 3. All of us are certified holistic health coaches, and we each have our own individual practices. We have come together as the Synergy 3 to spread our mission of vibrant health through group wellness programs that focus on the mind, body, and spirit. And we've been running group programs for many years. We are in the middle of one right now, and we love doing these webinars to help spread our message of wonderful health. So today, as we're focusing on food, we're going to start off talking about meals. So it's very important for overall health and for weight loss and for burning fat to eat balanced meals. So a balanced meal is composed of three what we call macronutrients: a healthy protein, a healthy fat, and a good quality carbohydrate. So protein means wild caught in our world. Healthy protein means wild caught fish, organically raised poultry, or grass-fed grazing animals. And if you're a vegetarian or a vegan, then you're going to be looking for lentils, nuts and beans, quinoa, soy products if you eat soy, and those should only be organic soy products. Healthy fats include avocados and avocado oil, olive oil, coconut oil, nuts and seeds, and fats that come from healthy proteins. And everything that grows is a carbohydrate. So there's this country, number one, has been on a low or no fat kick for a long time, which I think is misguided. And lots of people will tell you, if they're talking about different eating modalities, that they're on a no carb or low carb diet, and they probably mean that they're not eating grains, because vegetables and fruits are all carbohydrates. So within these categories, as I said, we need to eat the right kinds of foods and understand that everything's not created equal. So in the carbohydrate world, number one, we're very strong proponents of eating organically raised produce whenever possible. And for those people who eat grains, we are big proponents of eating whole grains, not refined grains. So refined grains are usually the white things like white bread, white rice, bagels, donuts, regular pasta, Italian bread, challah, French bread, that kind of thing. We need all three macronutrients: protein, fat, and carbohydrates, but we don't need them in equal proportions. Our plate should be mostly vegetables. Vegetarians will have more grains. They'll have a little bit different component, but for the rest of us, if we're eating animal protein, that should be like the side dish, and any grains would be a second side dish, but the majority of our plate should be vegetables. Lots of food cover two categories. So for example, avocado is a great source of a healthy fat, but it's also a carbohydrate. Eggs are a great source of healthy fat, but they're also protein. Same with fatty fish. So one of the interesting things about some of these nutrients is that fat, which again, we don't need a lot of it, is very important in helping us stay feeling full longer. It's also really important for our brain health, our hair, our skin, our nails, our cellular membranes. It's important for transporting fat-soluble vitamins throughout the body. But for today's conversation, remember that healthy fat makes you stay feeling full longer. So does protein. And protein also helps you break down fats and burn them. Protein is also important for our muscular strength and our bone, and bone health and muscles. So we need, but for talking about burning fat and losing weight, protein's very important. And fiber, which comes from our carbohydrates, is a huge part of the puzzle, and we're going to talk about in that more detail in one moment. But before I do that, I just wanted to show this picture of burger and fries. So this is what we call like the standard American diet. So many people eat this every day or a similar meal. So of the macronutrients I just talked about, they're not really here. Number one, the hamburger bun is made of refined flour. That's not what we're looking for. The patty itself is probably not from grass-fed beef. The French fries are probably fried in an unhealthy oil. And where are the vegetables? I think I see a tiny little piece of pickle out there. So this is not what we're looking for, and this isn't feeding our bodies what we need. So fiber is key to weight loss, and it's often missing from many people's diets. So there are two kinds of fiber, soluble and insoluble, and we need both of them in our diets. In addition to weight loss, fiber can help lower cholesterol levels. It can help lower the risk of certain kinds of cancers, and it does lots of other really important things. Soluble fiber dissolves in water, means soluble, and it turns into like a gel-like substance. And this kind of fiber feeds the good bacteria in the digestive system. And it's really, really important to have a healthy microbiome. Number one, to help prevent or to deal with any digestive disease, IBS, IBD, or really anything anything that's going on in your body, you need to have a healthy digestive tract. But it's also really important if you're dealing with obesity and or diabetes. A really cool thing about soluble fiber is that it also reduces your body's ability to absorb fat, which I think is really cool. So there's some examples on the screen of both soluble and insoluble fiber. So just a few types of soluble fiber are apples, citrus fruits, beans, carrots, oats, peas, psyllium. So if anybody uses a psyllium supplement, when you stir it up in a glass of water, it gets thicker. Chia is also a form of soluble fiber. I put chia in my smoothies every single morning. So as soon as I pour the water in the blender, then I add a spoonful of chia seeds, and they absorb the water and they form, like a gel, and it definitely helps keep me full, and helps me get through to lunch. Insoluble fiber is different. It doesn't dissolve, but what it does do is it absorbs liquids to help your body form stool. And this is really important to help prevent constipation or deal with constipation. It also is important in helping your body detoxify. All of our bodies have an innate ability to detoxify, but sometimes they need help. So making sure you have a daily bowel movement is part of that process. But some examples, you can see the pictures here of insoluble fiber are beans, nuts, whole grains, cauliflower, carrots, potatoes, berries, pomegranates are fabulous. And a lot of plants contain both soluble and insoluble fiber. Now, if you're not eating a lot of fiber in your diet, you need to add it in slowly because you could overwhelm your system if you add too much too quickly. And it's always important that you stay hydrated and you drink a lot of water when you're eating a lot of fiber. Don't forget that. And while we're talking about food, if you can, spice it up. So hot peppers can help the body boost metabolism and break down fat. Not everybody can handle the heat, and I cannot, unfortunately, and I used to love that stuff, but no longer. But there's a compound called capsaicin in hot peppers, and that's what helps the body, boost its metabolism. So if you can spice things up, go for it. All hot peppers don't have the same amount of heat, and some are like off the charts and some are very mild. So if you're just going to start with this, I would start maybe with a jalapeno pepper before you go to the really hot ones. So it's not only what we eat, but when we eat matters. So it sounds silly to say eat your meals at mealtime, but I mean it. Like, don't eat all day long. Have your complete balanced meal, and then eat enough to hopefully hold you through to your next meal, and don't eat in between. So What I mean is don't graze. Lots of people just take little bits of food all day long. There are a lot of reasons why this is not a healthy way to eat, but for the purposes of today's conversation, we want to really stick with our meal time. So some people eat 3 meals a day, some eat 5 little meals, some people eat 2 meals a day. However you eat your meals, that's fine, but don't eat in between if you don't have to, because that way you're giving your body the opportunity to digest whatever you ate and then burn fat in between meals. If you're constantly eating little bits of food all day long, then all your body is doing is burning off what you just ate. It's not burning fat. And we're here today to talk about burning fat, which is important for overall weight loss. Now, some people eat breakfast really early in the morning, like 6 or 6:30, and don't eat lunch till 1 o'clock. That's a long span between eating. So if you fall into that category and that's too long for you, by all means, have a healthy snack somewhere in between, but just have the snack and then don't eat again until it's lunchtime. And more about the timing, you want to finish dinner at least 3 hours before you go to bed. You don't want to sleep on a full stomach if you can help it. So number one, you're definitely going to sleep better if your food is already digested. Number two, your body has other work to do during the night. And if it has to be digesting at the same time, number one, it's, as I said, it's going to impact your sleep, but it might not be able to get to all of the healing and repair and other things that your body's doing when you're sleeping. Number three, if you finish dinner 3 hours before bedtime, you have all night to burn fat. And well-rested people are definitely going to eat less on the following day. So next time you can't sleep very well, pay attention to how hungry you think you are the next day. It will be an eye-opening experience. And I would be remiss if I didn't just briefly mention exercise, as it's part of any weight loss program and any wellness program. Exercise is vital to so many parts of our life, our physical bodies, our mental health. And as it relates to weight loss, exercise helps with managing stress, as does sleep, by the way, in addition to help burning calories. And when it comes to stress, the lower our stress levels, the easier it is for our bodies to shed those extra pounds. So when our bodies are in a state of chronic high stress, they tend to hold on to fat because our bodies interpret the stress as danger to our life, and they don't know when we're going to eat again, so they're storing the fat to live off of. They don't realize that the vast majority of our stress is really emotional or dealing with other things. It has nothing to do with a risk to our lives. So please get those bodies moving and find something fun, and that's how you keep it up. So as I mentioned, we run group programs here at the Synergy 3. So this year we've been running the Slim Possible Weight Loss and Wellness Program. We are in our 3rd cohort right now. People are doing unbelievably well. We started in mid-September, and some people are already down 10 pounds. They're doing fabulously well, feeling great, eating amazing food, and our support is wonderful. We have a coaching call once a week. We're in touch with everybody every day. We have a private group on Facebook, how we communicate with lots of information on a daily basis. I ran into somebody yesterday who did one of our our Slim Possible programs in the springtime, and she told me she looks amazing. She's kept off the weight, and she told me that she's still making some of the recipes because the food is so delicious. So if you're interested, get in touch with us. I'll show you in a second our website and our email address. The next cohort starts November 1st. Registration closes October 24th. So now is the time to sign up. And again, if anyone's interested, feel free to reach out to us. Our website is www.thesynergy3.com. You can email us at thesynergy3@gmail.com. Feel free to like us on Facebook, watch us on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, share the information with your friends and your colleagues. And if you have any questions, contact us. We're happy to set up a free discovery session. And remember that the holidays are coming up. So for people who want help staying on track during the holidays, to lose a few pounds before the holidays even begin, people who've put on those COVID pounds during the shutdown and still haven't shed them, our program is fabulous and the food is so good. There is no deprivation. So thank you for joining us today. It's great to share our message with you, and we hope to see you at our next Wellness Wednesday.